this will be the moment. In my most optimistic point of view, because the Sixers were down, I believe it was 9, and then they quickly went down 11 because on that turnover, which is what the play resulted in, they ended up getting 2 points, and the Sixers ended up being down 11. But I'm thinking, all right, Joel Embiid, regardless of what hit him in the face, he just got hit in the face. Let's go back to this for a second. The broken face of Joel Embiid. And the Sixers, I thought, all right, maybe this will be the rallying point. All right, hey, look, this guy's fighting for us. He comes back in this series. He totally transforms us in games 3 and 4. Now we're down here. Let's pick our guy up. Let's literally pick him up and then figuratively pick him up in this game. Let's have his back. Because if he can't do it because he's maybe, what did I say, 75, 80%? That's being generous as well. Maybe this guy's at 65%. We know he's not 100. So let's pick him up. Figuratively and literally. Did the Sixers do that? No, they did not. They continued to mail in a performance from that point on in the game. There was nothing the Sixers team did last night. They made me go, this is the team that we saw in South Philly for games 3 and 4. There was nothing, and there was nothing from jump. I was hoping that moment with Joel Embiid would kind of rally the troops, as they say. Flat. The entire time, flat. I don't know if there was a lack of oxygen in Miami. Everyone says that every away team parties in Miami too much, and they come out flat. Well, that's what they look like in this particular game. And here's the thing. They shot better in this game than they did in the 2 previous games in Miami. You know what the difference was? Hustle, heart, dedication to their craft in this game. I saw Tyrese Maxey, who you guys know I've voiced my love. I've shouted it from the rooftops. But how he doesn't challenge Jimmy Butler at all at that fast break in the second quarter is beyond me. Like, literally just stopped running. Like, at least run past the guy. I understand you don't want to foul in that situation. Everything's already going wrong for you. But at least do something to challenge the shot. Like, as fast as Tyrese Maxey is, Jimmy Butler is still pretty quick, still pretty fast. But you mean to tell me that Tyrese Maxey couldn't challenge at all on that particular play? There was another play where Tyrese Maxey is running the floor and Joel Embiid decided to keep it. Instead of what was a 2-on-1 break, Joel Embiid decides to keep it, not dishes to Maxey, who can run past anybody if he wants to, apparently. And then they weren't able to get points on that possession. There were just things done throughout this game that made me think they don't have it. And either Doc Rivers is going to beat it into them, or Joel Embiid's going to do something to get this quarter, put the quarter in the machine and get the Sixers team to give a damn about this 5th game. And that's what would change. Nothing did. No point. There was a spurt in the 3rd quarter because after Joel Embiid got hit, there was a point where I just thought he was taking himself out of the game for a minute. And there was, there was the 6-12 mark in the 2nd quarter that happened. He missed his next 2 shots. He had 1 turnover, and that was the turnover. And then he didn't hit a shot until the 11:39 mark in the 3rd quarter. So they go into halftime. He comes out, starts the 3rd quarter, hits a jumper, and then you don't get anything from him until about the final 4 minutes, I want to say, of that 3rd quarter. And that's when he started to get the ball rolling. He had about 4 or 6 straight points for the Sixers. Was not afraid of contact, was playing down low. They couldn't get the ball to him down there throughout the game. They had some success doing that in games 3 and 4 when he wasn't just creating on his own. They had success against the Toronto Raptors, who were also trying to front him in that series, and they kept on just lofting it over their heads to Embiid on the block, dunk, 2 points, so you're good. You try doing it in this series, again, it's particularly last night, and you weren't able to have success doing that. There were times where you had Jimmy Butler and Bam Adebayo fronting him, and they were denying the basketball to him, so they couldn't really do anything as far as getting Joel Embiid going. And if he's not even close to 100%, he's not going to be the normal dominant self that we've come to know and love when it comes to Joel Embiid. So they couldn't, that wasn't working for him. James Harden, where are you at? You going to step up? No, not in this game. We just had the one little run at the end of the 4th quarter of Game 4, and that was it. All right, let's see how they do when they come home. Tyrese Maxey had nothing. He had nothing last night. Tobias Harris had nothing last night. George Niang, Danny Green. This team, there was nobody you could turn to last night to say these guys are going to get it going. And the only point where I thought maybe this is it, the turnaround they needed, was when Joel Embiid went down and was grabbing his face. I thought that right there might be the moment where they say, this guy has fought his ass off for us all season long. This guy has come back for us in the playoffs with a broken face because he believes in us. And at no point there was no jolt of energy.